Well, looks like our community got a little crazy. And that word we all like to use got thrown into it again. Sensitive. Sensitive is a word that's been used quite often in our community, sometimes for good reason, and other times as an easy excuse out of a bad situation. Most of the time, the person making the statement is using it more as a shield, while other times, there really is a little bit of sensitivity. It's a word that for me sometimes is really hard to take serious. I honestly think we're all somewhat sensitive, but we all show it different ways and are all sensitive about different things. We don't all get agitated for the same reason, but we all can get agitated, and some people have a lot of fun with that. Why do you guys think that sometimes people in our community will make fun of a console despite having it? They don't do it to piss off the hardware, they do it to piss off the fan base of said hardware. And a person who defends a console normally isn't defending the hardware but their main reasoning for liking said hardware. That's why if you say something negative about something, even if you're not bashing it, people still take it that way. People don't hate consoles, there's no reason to. What they hate are specific people who like them. A person who constantly attacks the PS3 does so to piss off someone or a group of people who like the PS3. If a Nintendo fan and a PS3 fan go back and forth, the fight isn't between the console, just the fans. It's impossible to prove you have the better console, but it's not impossible to prove why you like your favorite console more. Now, as I said, there really are times where sensitivity can actually show, but the word sensitive from what I've seen is just another word used the same way the word troll is. In other words, it's used when it favors the person saying it, and this is what makes our community so hard to take seriously. And sometimes the person that's always calling everyone else sensitive is actually the sensitive one. How? Well, think of it like this. Let's all assume that I, Archimedes123, decided when I first got here that I wanted to be a troll. I then choose to attack the PS3. So I make my first video titled, "The PS3 Sucks." Now, my reasoning comes off as rather ridiculous. I just say all of their games suck, nobody likes it, the online sucks, you know, the typical stuff. Now, let's then assume that I get a video response from 7th Level. In his video, clearly he disagrees, and he explains why he thinks the PS3 is the best console this generation. Now, he doesn't yell or show any anger whatsoever, but what he does do is completely destroy my argument. Now, let's then say that I make a video to 7th Level. And in the video I say that 7th Level is sensitive, he takes YouTube way too serious, and he cares what another man thinks, yada yada yada. Now, did I say that because of what 7th said, or did I say it because I had no way of arguing back? Well, at this point, you don't actually know. Most of you would assume I was using it as a way to get out of a bad situation, but the best way to truly tell is based on my next action. Through 7th's channel, I then discover Shokio. I noticed that Shokio seems to really like the Wii. Most of his videos are about the Wii and he has mostly positive things to say about it. So I decide to make my next video to Shokio. I title the video, "The Wii is for Kids." And in the video I say the typical stuff. Wii is bad, no HD, too colorful, kid stuff, yada yada yada. Shokio then makes a video response to my video telling me why I'm wrong in what I say. Now at this point everyone assumes that I'm gonna say the same thing to Shokio that I did to 7th Level. I'm gonna call him sensitive, I'm gonna tell him he cares what another man thinks and all that crap. However, something strange happens. I do make a video reply, but you never hear the word sensitive or caring what another man thinks over the internet or any of that. In fact, I'm actually arguing with him. I'm giving my opinion as to why I truly believe what I said as well as why I disagree with what he says. Now, here's my question to you guys. Why is it that here I'm actually arguing with Shokio, but with 7th Level I said he was sensitive? The answer? Because with Shokio, I truly felt like I had a real argument, and that I could actually prove that he was wrong in what he said and that I was right. However, with 7th Level, I couldn't argue with him at all. And this now puts me in a bad situation, because now I'm doing exactly what I said 7th Level was sensitive for doing. Now, let's then assume that BrokenGamesHD makes a video titled, "Archimedes123 the Hypocrite." In this video he states, "Hey, you guys noticed that when Archimedes got owned by 7th Level he called him sensitive, but when Shokio made his video now all of a sudden he wants to argue. This traps me in a corner." I then make a video to Broken asking him why does he care what another man thinks. The problem here is now I just proved that what Broken said about me was actually true. I was a hypocrite. If I call Broken sensitive, or say he cares what another man thinks, then he can easily expose me with the video that I made arguing with Shokio. The problem here is that a lot of the excuses I can make to get out of this situation won't work. Even if I say I don't care what anyone here in this community thinks about me, people would then think, well, why in the hell did he make the video towards Broken Games defending himself if he doesn't care what anyone thinks? 7th notices this and decides he wants to have a little bit of fun. So he makes a video stating that Archimedes is an Xbot. He comes to this conclusion since A, I've already bashed the PS3, and B, I bashed the Wii. Now me, claiming to be the troll, makes a video to 7th level proving why I'm not an X-bot. But wait a minute, I don't care what other people think about me, do I? And wasn't 7th supposed to be the sensitive one for making a video replying to me in the first place? How did I fall for such an easy trap, especially when I did it first? Simple answer, because I'm not a troll. This also means that when I told 7th he was sensitive, really, it was me that was the sensitive one. I was mad because 7th destroyed my main argument and I couldn't come back from it. So I told him he was sensitive. Now everyone in the community can see me for what I really am. A sensitive guy who cares what everyone thinks about him. Everyone now knows when someone argues against me and I can't argue back, I play the sensitive card. So when 7th called me an X-bot, then I felt that I could argue back. Thus, I didn't call him sensitive. I tried to prove that I wasn't an X-bot, even though, once again, I don't care what other people think. Now, as far as me being a troll, everyone knows that that was a lie. Everything I said to Broken, nothing more than damage control. And even if instead of telling 7th level I'm not an X-bot, I instead tell him, why does he care what I game on? He can easily say, why did you care what Shokio gamed on? If I say, wow, you made a 10-minute video over me, you have no life. Then he can easily show both of the videos I made towards him at the start, plus the video I made damage controlling myself to Broken. I'm in a lose-lose situation at this point that I can't get out of. And a lot of people in our community have done this without even realizing it, which is why it's so hard to believe someone now that claims to be a troll, or claim that someone is sensitive, or they don't care what other people think. Even if a person claims they're trying to make someone or a group of people mad, then later complains because people get mad, that means they weren't really trying to make people mad. People just ended up getting mad over something they had no intention of them being mad at, so they simply took it and ran with it. Just remember, a person that wants to make people angry never complains when they succeed. The troll excuse works the same way since it has the same goal of making people mad. If I wanted to make all of you people mad, then the last thing I'd ever say is, I'm making you mad. That makes it more difficult to do it, and forces me to have to say people are mad when they really aren't. Just think of a video you've seen of someone saying someone else is mad when they really aren't mad at all. Our community is full of this stuff. It's not really that hard to tell the reals from the phonies. You just have to really pay attention.